Good morning, folks. Today is Thursday, 5th of 22, and Thursday means it's a gut club. So we gather together at 12:30 in Harvey Ward, hybrid meeting, and we talk about stuff. And today, the first week, we discuss about PSQ, patient safety quality issues, anything that we have learned in the last month, and actually for practical reasons, I'm going back 2 months. Rather than discussing about April events in April, the mortality and morbidity, we're going to talk about March because um, some of the April events we haven't fully kind of reflected and done all the stuff that we have to do, research, investigation, and all that stuff. So today, the PSQ team member Chris Sayers, our mortality matron Nicola Tikasing, matron Joe Walker, service manager Leanne Summersell, ward manager Mary, we'll all gather together with all the junior doctors and head CS, and rest of the team will be on the other side of the Microsoft Teams, and we're going to talk about what have we learned, how we can be better, because I think the main thing is about reflection, because we all are a kind of very intelligent bunch of people and highly driven. There's no problem with those two, but the problem is everywhere about the other factors, the soft stuff. Have we communicated well? Have we looked back? Have we become very complacent? Have we looked outside the box? Have we thought, being in the shoes of our patients and their family members, have we thought what they are going through? And only then you will be a really good healthcare professional. So that's what I get from this mortality and morbidity meeting. What could you have done? Thinking about this patient is not a patient, it's kind of my team, my family member, my mother, my brother, my sister, my child. Would I have done something different? Would I have more energy to look after them? Would you have prioritized something else? So that's what you're going to do today. Go back and look at everything that happened in March. Sometime when you're actually in the war zone fighting against illness, diseases, you miss a lot of small stuff that you should have looked at. But that's why the generals, they don't go to the front of the line. They sometimes look at the binoculars, seeing the whole picture. So that's what happens. You see the whole picture when you go back and look at what happened in March. So seeing the whole picture, feeding back each other to see what you can do. So today, my policy is serving knowledge with food. Food makes happy memories, and this is Shami Kebab. And the way you make Shami Kebab is you basically take keema. And if you're asking me what is keema, this is minced meat, yeah. But to make Shami Kebab, you need to make this even like a pulp, that's not pulp, that's granular. This is a real pulp. And Shami Kebab is supposed to be melting in your mouth. You don't have to chew it, even if you're edentulous, no teeth, then still you need to be able to chew it, eat it, and enjoy it. And this is palau. And one of the sister yesterday told me, Sister Rosemary, what, Dr. Ghosh, what do you put in your pulao? Why it smells so nice? So I told, okay, I'll give you the recipe, because this is not a cooking channel, and that's why I don't tell everything that I'm doing here, because you can get many, like a million plus one cooking channel that teaches you everything from Spanish food to Polish food to Chinese food to Indian food to Bengali food. But here I just reflect in the morning about life in general, and my life mostly circles around hospital and patient care and philosophy of life, who I am and all that, fitness, nutrition, mental health. So that's what I talk about. And here there's nobody in the early hours, just me and my thoughts and my feelings. Did I feel angry yesterday? Did I feel happy yesterday? Did I feel sad? Did I feel driven? So unless you think about it in a aloof, in a detached manner, you will miss a lot of stuff. And on the other pan, I've got some cumin cinnamon stick and bay leaf, and I'm making a little bit of pulao. So you fry the pulao stuff, vegetable stuff, and put it in the rice. So here also I have put cardamom pods, a spoonful of ghee, and bay leaf, and it's all done. I've switched it off because looking at the rice, I know it is done. Too much done is not good. So now I have made my morning coffee, and that's where my coffee comes from. And now I can talk again. So remember, don't drink coffee within 1 hour. After 1 hour, yes. So let me show you. So this is the chicken keema thawed, and this is how you make keema into this. Obviously the color is different. As you can see, when you heat up any protein, it coagulates, it changes the tertiary structure of the protein. And also the different meats are different. This is chicken, and half of this is actually lamb meat. And here the chopped up vegetables, carrot, beans, and green peas. And this is soaking, we call it kabli chola, okay, chickpeas. And these are my spices, the cooking medium. This is some green mango for flavor. And what is this? This is gur, G-U-R, gur. Actually this is dried up sugarcane juice, and this came all the way from Pakistan. Our junior Dr. Adina, her parents, her father told, take some from Dr. Ghosh, because we have been talking about gur last week, that this is a form of natural sugar that we use in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. And this is the solid version, okay? And this is the granular version. So you put this in the food, in the chai, etc. It gives a different earthy flavor to the beverage rather than normal gur. And the other form of gur is this, which I showed the other day in another video, that somebody will go up to the tree, palm tree. Yeah, it says date molasses. So you can call it molasses, a jaggery. I just spotted few birds. Coffee would love to chase the, oh, they're gone. Coffee would love to chase this bird. And this is my wise man. Whenever there is a trouble, I just come here and ask wise man, what should I do? Anyway, I'm restarting my cooking again. So I was thinking, this man from Pakistan, Adina's father, he hasn't even seen, we haven't met, but he thought about asking his daughter to send some of the stuff that his family, his wife, lovingly bought from the farm next to the house, all the way to UK, so that I can taste it. So this is what humans are like. They like each other, they form community, and it is the politicians and the leaders which cause the rift between two countries. As you know, India and Pakistan, they are never always in unfriendly competition terms. And if there's a cricket match between India and Pakistan, my goodness, I mean, you have to be there to see. It's like Arsenal and Tottenham. I think I've never been to any one of the matches anyway, but I can see the excitement. But they are also the best friends. And my father studied in Dhaka University in Bangladesh, and his best friend was Hanif, who used to work for UNICEF in Geneva. So I said that, in those days, the Hindus and Muslims in Bangladesh used to be called East Pakistan. It was not, very friendly. There was some undercurrent of this political, who do you belong to, etc. And the point I'm trying to make is that the common people, they love each other, they make friends with each other. They don't think about, am I belonging to this country or that country, Ukraine, Russia, India, Pakistan, or maybe different other countries, I don't know. Some neighboring countries, they're always thinking about not so friendly things about each other. But the common people does, we bordering countries, we share the same culture, same food, same stories, and that's something we need to remember. So now this is all done, and my Shami kebabs all ready to be taken out of the flame. And now I'm going to add the rice to the dish. So today is, as I said, our PSQ meeting, the gut club, education and learning, morbidity, mortality, etc. But yesterday was our EUG. So Wednesday is a very special day for us because we do a lot of meetings. We start off with cancer meeting, called cancer MDT, upper GI MDT. Just before that happens colorectal MDT or lower GI MDT. Then first Wednesday we do endoscopy user group meeting, EUG. Second week we do SRM, service review meeting. Third week we do EOG, expert oversight group meeting. And fourth week is a clinical meeting, IBD, inflammatory bowel disease MDT. So yesterday I was sharing the EUG, and it's fun because you need to remember that we need to get maximum stuff that we want out of this meeting, because you are inviting a bunch of professionals whose per hour cost, if you take together, like all the consultants, all the CNSs, all the top managers, all the nurses, endoscopists, technicians, is huge cost. And unless I get something good out of the meeting, we cannot justify this meeting, can we? And sometimes I feel that NHS, we do too many meetings, and you don't need to have the whole world in the meeting, only the key people, and you rotate. Because at one time we are trying to improve our service. I read a book called Kaizen, and it's a Japanese philosophy by Toyota company. It says how a company, your organization, can get better by just a little change. And it is about the product. How can you improve the quality of the product? How can you improve the staff satisfaction? This is the four things that you need to look after. So it's not just product, your customer satisfaction. So one side is a product, one side is your staff satisfaction, driven, motivated, engaged staff. Then the customer satisfaction. Are they happy with your product? So now I'm frying my chickpeas, and I put the second batch. The first batch is over here, and that is a chickpeas snack. So I have changed my mind. I smashed up all the lamb kebabs, and I'm going to make something different out of it. And this is something I haven't shown you. It's called pav bhaji. One second. Yeah, so this is called pav bhaji masala. It is extremely savory. It's a vegetable, multiple vegetables sort of together with a bit of coriander, red pepper, and it's just such a lovely, healthy, nutritious vegetable medley, very aromatic. So here you go, my second cup of coffee is making the noise. Yes, it's all done. Switch off. So the rest of the onions and some of the fried onions and fried garlic I'm mixing up so that I can put the rest of the Shami kebab into this, but those can stay like that. I will probably leave this for my family and take this for the hospital. So heat up again, put a little bit of more oil. So as a doctor, as a very busy doctor, consultant, and if you're a doctor or healthcare professional, you need to be very abreast of what's happening. So this is so far, I think, the best channel for gastroenterology, frontline. And these are the 4 topics I have chosen to discuss in the Gut Club in future. One is myths and misconception in the management of H. pylori, curriculum review, investigation and management of dysphagia swallowing problem. This is the palliative care that needs to be identified in a patient who is admitted with liver cirrhosis decompensated. And this is NCPOD report on acute bowel obstruction. So we have seen all of this in the recent 4 weeks. So now if you read all this as it is hot in your brain. And I will always do this. I know it's not very good. My son hates me for this, but I do this. I mark it on the book, all the take-home messages, and I fold the page because it's my personal book. I can do it. This is about the H. pylori Betty, and that's why, and I learn on the go. See what my beautiful daughter has done. So she is 13 and she's going to be a psychiatrist. Well, she thinks, and I think she has got excellent IQ. IQ. Yes, she has got IQ, probably 130, but her EQ is probably 250. So she can read your mind. She can read my mind at least. And this is Anjan Dhar, my colleague from up north. I think around Durham area, maybe. Yeah, maybe Darlington Memorial or Middlesbrough, somewhere there. And Darlington is the hospital I started my clinical journey in this country. Let me fold the page. Okay, so that's my day like. My day is very exciting all the time. And yesterday, as I was chairing the meeting, EUG, I was told that only 5% we have of the patient that we done an endoscopy has given a feedback. And immediately I started thinking innovative ways. Why can't we give this to the patients to feedback of the endoscopy experience from pre-endoscopy, endoscopy, and post-endoscopy? And if they are elderly under sedation, the family can fill this up. But then I went to the grand round where our patient at home team was presenting a fascinating discussion about how they manage our patients. And I got the idea from Dawn Marlowe, the education center manager, Judith, Margaret, Dawn, this fantastic, fascinating team, and they are now housed. Now it is very hot, so try not to do what I'm doing, yeah, because it's definitely going to burn. And I have burned my finger many times, and that's how I learned what not to do. Anyway, I'm just a bit impatient, and I diagnosed myself with ADHD. It's not a formal diagnosis, but the way my brain works, I'm impatient, and I can see the whole picture in, I won't say 2 seconds. And then if the rest of the team doesn't see the whole picture, then I kind of just look for other ways to entertain myself. And that might be difficult when you're leading a team. You need to be not going ahead of your team, but be with your team. So I need to learn. And I have read probably 15, maybe 17 books on leadership, how to manage team. Oops, see, I just found myself. So that's all. The food for Harvey Gut Club is all there. And this is my magic solution, which is a secret. I'm going to pour it just before serving. We have got the hot pots stationed there in Harvey Ward because food needs to be hot. You have to maintain the hygienic hot chain or cold chain, whatever chain you're maintaining. So this is my keema, and this is not done yet. And I'm very mindful of the time because I have to kind of rush out. There is endoscopy teaching as well. Endoscopy breakfast club at 8. And our gut club at 12:30. I decided not to use my green mango because this thing is already a bit soury because of the tomatoes. Okay, yeah, so my token, that's what I'm talking about. How to innovate, getting 75% of the patient feeding back on our service rather than 5 tokens last month. Done. Dawn's team education center, as we were having the grand round yesterday, 1 o'clock from patient at home team. At the end of the meeting, everybody was scanning this QR code, and immediately it will take you to a Microsoft Word web-based document, and 5 questions like this. What is your gender? Do you have any disability? Which age range are you? Ethnic group? What could you have done better? What we did well? So basically, these are all background frill questions. The main question is what was good, what was not so good. These are 2 main questions. So I'm going to, and Dawn taught me how to make this into this, and then the patients or their family members can just scan this in endoscopy unit, male recovery, female recovery. Obviously, we will keep some paper copies for those who doesn't want to do it electronically, but who doesn't? Everybody's taking selfie, everybody got a smartphone. So you just point at it and immediately it will take you to the website, and all the forms will be coming centrally, and we can analyze everything very quickly by click of a button, like what was the feedback. Because this is descriptive, it is free texting. Obviously, some patients will be giving a lot of nice feedback. Some patient will not be, just a very quick one-liner or maybe one word, everything was fine, I'm happy or I'm not happy, etc. So that's my plan. So I'm going to switch off now. I think I've way beyond my 15 minutes limit, and this is all done. Have a nice day. Take care. Bhaji masala, and this is Kolkata style pulao, and this is Shami kebab. And have a nice lunch with knowledge. From Sharon. Oh, this looks so attractive. Same stuff here as well.